Hey TPT sellers, some of you have been asking me how do I do my keyword research or how do I optimize my products for TPT's search algorithm. So in this video, I'm going to update one of my products because I'm trying to show up on a competitive first page for back to school activity. Some of the tools that I'm going to show you are available on my TPT store, specifically TPT seller tip number 10, the keyword ranking tool. I'm just going to get a copy right now, save that to my computer, open up the PDF, get a copy of the Google Sheet, make a copy, and then make sure you check out the terms of service to make sure you're comfortable with how this Google Sheet connects to the TPT website to load in some data. So I'm going to click Allow Access, and I'm going to click on Keyword Ranking. In this product, I'm trying to rank for a back to school goal setting activity. So I'm going to copy that, paste it into my keyword section, and my store name is EduCircles, and I show up in the first place. There I am, back to school goal setting activity. I wasn't always in the first place. I've been tracking my position since July 25th, which is when I started to run Facebook ads. And I used to be at the bottom of page 1 in position number 21. So I am working on an update to this keyword tool that'll let us graph our positions. This is not available anywhere right now. It's not even available on the Pro Network. It's something I'm developing. And to be honest, it'll probably come out in an app format as opposed to a Google Sheet format. For this goal setting resource, I can see that on July 27th, I was on position 21 and then something happened and I jumped to position number 9. I have a log where I keep track of all my changes. And if I paste in the URL, here are the changes I've made. Oh, so that's interesting. July 27th. So I jumped on July 27th, later in that day from 21 to 9. What did I do on July 27th? I simplified the product description. I removed unnecessary stuff. July 27th is here. This is my backup for that day. And what was it like before that? July 26th. So this is July 26th on the left side. This is July 27th on the right side. My title hasn't changed. Back to school goal setting activity, first week of school, SEO lesson packet. It says here, look at the preview to read the entire letter. And so now there's a preview PDF. I did that on 26th. I changed the title on Friday, July 26th. Thursday, July 25th, there were some major changes. If I go back to July 22nd, it says anytime new day resolutions, and it was a free resource. Sometimes the change happens within 24 hours, and sometimes the change happens over a couple of days. I haven't pinpointed exactly what kind of changes happen within an hour, but I think if you watched last Sunday's episode where I talked about the attractiveness score and how the re-ranking happens every 24 hours, I think that's what we're seeing here on July 31st. So I'm running Facebook ads directly to this product. And if I go to my Facebook ads manager, I can see that my ad status, it really started on July 26th. These are the link clicks. So I'm buying eyeballs. I'm buying around, 50, 60, 70 clicks, 70 eyeballs of people who might be interested in the resource. And if I want to see what my stats are within the last week, in my ultimate bundle, if I get the bundle and download it all, TPT seller tip number 10 was the keyword rank tool that we just saw. But if I go to seller tip number 16, it's this advanced search algorithm game with a Google Sheet tool that allows us to compare product stat CSV files for our top resources. As always, read the terms of service to make sure you're comfortable with this Google Sheet accessing the TPT website. I'm going to click Allow Access. I'm going to copy paste my store URL, and I'm going to Control Shift. I'm going to right click paste special values only. So my store URL is there. And then if I scroll down, I need today's product stat CSV file. On my TPT seller store, I'm going to go to my product statistics. I'm going to click download. I'm going to save it to my computer. And then in this blue smoothie SEO game, I'm going to paste in my product stat CSV file. And there's another video. Check out the one up in the top corner and I'll walk you through slowly how to do this. I'm going to click on that yellow cell, file, import, upload. I'm going to click and drag my product stat CSV file, replace data at the selected cell, import data. And the date of the CSV file is August 9th, 2024. And if I scroll up, now it's loaded my top 20 bestsellers according to my first page with the lifetime product stat CSV file. So this is the lifetime stats for my resources. But I actually want to know how my resource is doing since, what was that date? Let's look at it. On July 31st, it was at the 8th position for this keyword back to school goal setting activity. And then it jumped to that first position on August 1st. So what I'm going to do is on game board B, if I scroll down, I can upload another product stats CSV file. So I'm going to go File, Import. upload, browse. Now I save my products.csv file every time I update a resource. So I'm going to get the file from July 31st and I'm going to upload it. I'm going to replace the data at the selected cell, import the data, and then the date of the file is July 31st, 2024. So now at the very top, it shows my product stats for the last 9 days. And I can see just from the Facebook ads, I think the Facebook ads have boosted its position. And then I think some of these page views are organic page views as well, because as you can see here, oh no, actually they could all be Facebook ads, because I'm running 2 separate Facebook campaigns. So on this campaign, there's been 1,000 clicks. And on this other campaign, there's been 566 clicks. Yeah, okay, so that makes sense. So this spike in page views and then the corresponding spike in product previews, 797, and then wish listed, 46 wish listed, and then actual units have been sold. That's because of my Facebook ad campaign. And in other videos this month, I'll walk over how my Facebook ad campaign is working and whether or not it's worthwhile. But the real conversion rate of this resource is 1.7%. And in contrast, my reading strategy resource, which is now only getting organic traffic, it has a 10% conversion rate. So it's not pure conversion rate that's the biggest factor for TPT SEO. I think this back to school goal setting activity is getting bumped to the top because it has a spike in previews and wish listed. So if I go back to this unpublished graphing tool for our position, I'm in that one position, I think because of the Facebook ads. It's just ranking up page views. I dropped to this 3 position shortly. This is on August 6th. So maybe that's just variability. Maybe some of the other resources competing for that term had a larger spike in page views or previews, who knows? But then back on August 7th, I'm back in the first position. So I'm going to play with the title back to school goal setting activity, and hopefully I don't lose my position number 1 for this. Now, the real question is back to school goal setting activity? I can be number 1 for this, but if it's not a well-searched term on TPT, then it doesn't matter. So to get a sense of search volume, I need to use a keyword tool that's available on the Pro Network. And I just hover over data tools. I get the purple butterfly with the 3 robot heads, the AI tool. I have to make a copy of this. And now if I go to trending keywords, this will show me the popular keywords from TPT in the search auto suggest. And then in brackets, it's going to show me my popularity rank or the popularity search volume for this keyword. If I type back to school and it's loading, I can now see that back to school activities has 5,126. And in the past, it used to be back to school activity singular was the most popular trending keyword here. I can't assume that back to school activity singular is the same as back to school activities from an SEO perspective. I actually have to test that. And the way that I test it is I go to Teachers Pay Teachers. And if I type back to school activities, plural, what I'm looking for, so TPT highlights in purple the words that were considered as part of the keyword phrase. So back to school activities, they're in purple because back to school activities, those are 4 words in the keyword phrase. And what I'm going to look for, Control F, is the phrase activity singular. So here it is in the product description. And if I get rid of the search, I can see here activity is not highlighted in purple. So typing activities plural in TPT search doesn't match it with resources that only have the word activity. And my resource only has the word activity in the title here. So I won't show up for back to school activities plural. I mean, I could show up if there were only a couple, but I'm at a disadvantage because there's lots. If I go back to the keyword ranking tool, and if I type back to school activities plural, do I rank? It's loading in red here, so I have to wait till it loads. And then the results have loaded in here, but I'm not in the first 10. I want to see where I rank for back to school activity plural. So I hit enter. It's red because it's loading the results from the TPT website. The Google Sheet server is accessing that website. There we go. So I can see there's 460,000 results for this in the all category, and I don't show up at all. And that makes sense because the bottom result has 4,894 reviews. My resource has 125 reviews. So this is impossible for me to compete with. But this is also for all grade levels. What if I change it to middle school? So now on middle school, I rank on page 7 and rank 153. And in order for me to get onto that first page, I would need to have 677 reviews, which I don't have. The top one on the second page has 143 reviews. And if I go to the first page keywords to see what they look like, this is back to school activities. I know that activities plural does not pull up resources with activities singular, but I wonder if the opposite is true. So I'm going to type activity singular, and I can see right away in the top one here, it's not highlighting activities. And in fact, it doesn't even have activity in the first line. Wow, that's so interesting. Back to school activities, back to school activity. This one does, first day of school activity, but this doesn't have, maybe back to school and first day of school. Yeah, see, first day of school, it's highlighting. It recognizes that back to school and first day of school are the same thing. First day school, it's not highlighting of, and they're singular activity. So if I zoom out, every TPT search engine result page has 24 results. And we know from Sunday's episode that the first 20 results, after it goes through the 8 rules in Algolia search, it then goes through this re-ranking process based on its attractiveness, which is based on how many times it gets clicked in the search results for that search term, and how many times there's a conversion event like previews or wish list or add to cart. So these top 20 aren't always indicative of the SEO rules that are in play. If I go to the bottom 4 here, I see activity, activities. Oh, wait, why is activities highlighted? But activities is not highlighted there. Why? AC activity. It's highlighted down here, but it's not highlighted at the top, activity. Okay, so back to school activity singular and back to school activities plural. The singular version gets converted into the plural version, but the plural version does not get converted backwards into the singular version. Yeah, that's really interesting that it's not highlighting activities there. Let me just refresh the page. Nope, I refreshed the page. It's still not getting highlighted. That's a mystery. But we know from looking at other results on this page that it should be. Activities is not highlighted there in the first 20. Wow, that's so interesting. Back to school, goal setting activity, first week of school. What was I doing again? See, this is the problem. I get lost down the rabbit hole. I need to move the needle. For back to school activities, I rank in number 7. Just going to copy that and put it in my tracking page for now. And let's change the keyword to back to school activity, singular. Back to school activity. I'm looking for a back to school activity for middle school students. Boom. And I show up on rank 153, which, interesting enough, is the exact same rank. Back to school activity, back to school. Wow, are the results the same? I was going to change my title, but I don't think I will here. Let's just for fun. On the left side, I have back to school activities. All right, let's just see if they have the same results. The first 3 resources are the same. The next 3 resources are not. And this is where that re-ranking factor, the re-ranking factor is based on the specific search term. So someone might be clicking on this back to school activities more for this plural search term than back to school activity. Okay, so let's look at the next 3. So the order is slightly different. Let's look at the next 3, 13, 14, 15, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 19, 20. If I look at the bottom 3, yeah, they don't match. So they're pulling up different results. What if I go to the second page? Well, this is where I see things like back to school activities are highlighted in purple. And over here, I see back to school activity highlighted. Activities. Yeah, see. So what I have to figure out, there's only so far that keyword optimization can take you. Before I change anything, let's just save the HTML. So I have a backup copy, and that's a one-click button. This is in my resolutions. I'm going to write before in the file name. So that extension is in the ultimate bundle, the way that I set it up. All right. So if I were to edit this, listing, if I got rid of lesson, can I type activities? No, I would have to get rid of SEL as well, activity. I have to decide, is removing SEL lesson going to impact people's clicking of this resource? From a sales psychology perspective, if they see it says SEL lesson, are they more likely or less likely to click on this resource? As opposed to if it says first week of school activity, first week of school activities. All right, well, I'm trying to get exact matches. I'm going to go back here and I'm going to type back to school act plural. So back to school activities. Can you see how in the 30 minutes that I've been recording this video, the number of searches has changed? And this represents the number of searches in the last 30 days. And it's a rolling window. So that's interesting. 4,869, 4,869, who knows? What if I search up back to school activity singular? So back to school activity singular no longer shows up. Back to school activity packet does. I have that. What about first week of school? What's showing up for first week of school? First week of school activities, plural. All right. If I want to see what kind of competition there is for first week school activities. So my goal setting activity shows up at the bottom of page 1, first week of school activities. So that'll be an interesting experiment. Do I rank higher on first week of school activities? And then I have this first week of school SEO challenge. So interesting. And this is for middle school. So I rank on the first page for first week of school activities, and that's without having an exact map. All right, so what I'm going to try after all that is I'm going to remove SEL lesson, and I'm going to replace it with activities, and let's see if this works. SEL packet, will that work? SEL? Nope, no space at all. I'm going to add use this during first week of school activities. So I put the keyword in there in my product description snippet as well. I'm going to get rid of these reading strategies. So I tried to make the intro snippet a little bit shorter because I want this first week of school activities. In fact, I'll even bold it so that it stands out. And in fact, I might get rid of the SEL there. And then let's go to the bottom and let's hit submit. Back to school goal setting activity. So I don't think I'm going to lose rank on that at all. First week of school activities, I'm interested to see if my position does go up. I'm going to save my HTML so I know what I actually changed in case I need to undo something. And then I also go to my Google form where I have a log. This is my resolutions, added activities to title snippet. Did I save the HTML? Yep. Have I saved the product stats? Already did it. I did this task. Hit submit. So this Google log, if I type TPT seller and search that up on TPT, if I scroll down, there's the ultimate bundle. So I'm going to click on that. And it's this event log tool that I'm using right now to keep track of my changes. And it's free right now. Now, I don't expect a change to my position because I'm in the top 20 and that gets reshuffled based on our attractiveness score. So I think in order for me to try to move up, I need to increase the number of product previews on my store, because those are conversion events. So I think increasing my Facebook ad spend for this resource might help with that. And this back to school goal setting activity is part of several other key bundles. Right now, I strongly suspect that bundle TPT SEO is influenced by the TPT SEO ranks of resources within the bundle. So then if this product starts to do well or go viral, then I think that'll bump up the other bundles. But other than this title change, I don't think I'm going to be playing with this keyword for the rest of August and September because it's optimized. If you learned something new, please hit like. If you're brand new to the channel, my name is Mike Fuchigami. I'm the host of the SEOTpreneur YouTube community. This is a place in TPT land where we test out the TPT search theories that people are talking about and the ones that people aren't talking about. Because every Sunday, we look into the secret developer manual for TPT search, try to look for clues that will help us optimize our TPT products to give them the best chance of ranking as high as possible on TPT search. If you have any questions about anything I did, leave a comment. And if you're feeling overwhelmed, that's natural. I just went through 3, 4, 5 different tools very quickly, but it's kind of like your first year of teaching. The first year is overwhelming because everything is new. But as you start to teach, the second year is a little bit easier because, oh, I've done this part, so I know what to do here, and this other part is new. And then eventually the TPT game gets a little bit easier. But if you'd like some one-on-one help using some of these tools, if I go to the SEOTpreneur website and I click on this Pro button, there's a special bonus right now where you get a free 30-minute onboarding call. We can talk about your TPT store and your data. And if you mention this video, I'll turn it into a free 1-hour call. And the membership is only $10 a month, which is cheaper than I bet how much we spend on coffee. All right. See you in the next one. Good luck optimizing for back to school. Have a great day.